In Egypt, Joseph worked very hard in Potiphar's house. He was dependable. Potiphar could trust him. Joseph was strong and good-looking. There was a woman who liked Joseph. She liked him too much. She begged Joseph to be like a husband to her. But she already had a husband, and he was Potiphar. "No," said Joseph. "I will never do what you want. Your husband trusts me. I cannot betray him." Potiphar's wife was so angry. She told lies about Joseph and had him put in prison. But even there, God helped Joseph. He listened to two men tell about their dreams. God told Joseph what they meant, and he told the men. And just as he said, one man was returned to work in the king's house. The other was put to death. 2 years later, the king had unusual dreams. The man who had been in prison said, "I know a man who can tell you what your dreams mean." Joseph was brought out of prison. He listened to the king. Then he said, "These dreams mean that for 7 years Egypt will grow wonderful crops. There will be too much food. Then there will be 7 years when there will be few crops. You better store up when there is plenty of it. You are the man to do this job," the excited king said. He put Joseph in charge of all the food. He was made a power man second only to the king himself. Everything happened just as Joseph said it would. For 7 years there was so much grain that Joseph had to build a bigger place to hold it. However, when the 7 bad years came, they were very bad. There were no crop in Egypt. There were no crops anywhere. People in every place became more and more hungry. In Canaan, a man who had 11 sons began to worry. What will we do for food? Jacob wondered. He heard people talking about how lucky the people in Egypt were. Someone there had been storing up grains for 7 years. Now they had more than enough. Jacob finally told his sons, "Go to Egypt and see if this is true. If it is, bring back grain. All of you go except Benjamin." In Egypt, Joseph knew who the 10 men from Canaan were. The brother did not know Joseph. He was much older and dressed in Egyptian clothes. "You are spies," accused Joseph. "Nitrogen monoxide. We are the 10 sons of Jacob from Canaan. We have another brother at home. One of our brother died. I will see you if you are telling the truth," said Joseph. "I will put you in prison. One can go back to get the younger brother." After 3 days, Joseph changed his mind. "Go get your brother. I will keep only one of you in prison. Take this bag of grain and go. Do not come back without the youngest brother." What trouble the brothers were in. "God is punishing us because we sold Joseph," one said. Reuben reminded them, "I told you not to harm him. Now see the difficulty we are in." Joseph could understand every word they were saying. Back in Canaan, Jacob told the sons he would never let Benjamin go to Egypt. "I have lost one son. I will not lose another," he said. But in time, the grain was all gone. The hunger was great. So, Jacob finally said the son could go to Egypt, take Benjamin and get more grain. When they arrived, the men knelt down before Joseph and said they had come for more food, and this was their youngest brother. Imagine their shock when the second most powerful man in Egypt announced to the 11 men, "I am your brother Joseph." Imagine how frightened the brothers were. Imagine how happy they were when Joseph said to them, "You wanted to hurt me, but God kept me safe so that I can do good to you. I forgive you. Go back and tell Father that I am alive. Bring him here. Do it quickly." Pharaoh, the king, heard that Joseph's brothers were in Egypt. He was pleased. Pharaoh said to Joseph, "Tell your brothers to take as much grain as they can carry. Go to the land of Canaan. Get your families and your father and come back to me. I will give you the best of the land of Egypt." Joseph was good to his brothers. He gave them what they would need as they traveled. He gave them new clothes. He sent 10 donkeys loaded with grain and bread, as much more. The 11 brothers went out of Egypt. They were richer than they had ever hoped to be. They were happier than they had ever been. Joseph had forgiven them. Now they could confess their lie to their father and ask for his forgiveness. Jacob looked out and saw his sons returning. What were they bringing? There was so much of everything. "Father, we have a confession to make you. But first, we want to tell you the best news you have ever heard. Joseph is alive." "What? You say Joseph is alive? But how can this be? I have the bloody coat." His son told him what had happened years before. They told him how sorry they were and asked him to forgive them. They told him all that had just happened in Egypt. Jacob looked at all that Joseph had sent him. "I believe what you say," he said. "My son Joseph is still alive. I will go to see him before I die." A messenger went first to tell Joseph that his father had arrived. When they met, they put their arms around each other and cried for a long time. God had brought them together again. Pharaoh gave Jacob, his sons and their families a good place to live. Jacob's family became rich. They grew to be a very large number.